You guys started off.
All right. Well, welcome everybody once again to episode 18 of the Nobody Cares podcast / web show.
Our podcast can vote.
We're old enough to crypto.
Old enough to crypto. Is there an age to crypto?
Oh, if there is, we're old enough for it now.
I'm John Andrews.
I'm Casey Peterson.
And I'm Mike Frazier.
And this is the number one podcast that nobody cares about.
It's true. What do we not care about today, John?
We don't care about crypto payments at point of sale, which retailers don't care about, except, of course, Amazon, which has already enabled crypto payment. Actually, they did not. A 1-year-old startup called Moon has a real simple little interface that you sign up and connect it to one of your crypto wallets, and you can pay for stuff. So I made my first purchase last week. I bought a grill cover for my grill.
So did you do that on your mobile device, or did you do that on your laptop? When you
did it on my laptop?
Yeah.
And I will, in all transparency, it's not super easy. It took me a minute to figure it out because I actually had to, when the Moon payment comes up, you go to your Amazon item, it'll say, hey, pay with Moon. When the Moon payment comes up, it asks you to choose which currency you want to pay in advance. So I got to go to my wallet and choose. And for some reason, I was on a Lightning wallet, which I don't have, and trying to choose Bitcoin on a Lightning wallet because I was just looking at I don't read a lot of the instructions, which I think makes me like 99.5% of all other consumers.
Right.
Except for that, like those 5 people that did all the 90 pages of the Apple terms and conditions.
I haven't even read one line of
good Lord.
So, but once I figured it out, it was easy. So I made my second purchase, purchased some line, and I knew what to do, and it was still not super seamless. Mm-hmm. I want to just remember my choice, like have it be a default and pick it and go. But what I liked about it was, so my wife was asking me, but Shannon was asking me about it after I did it. She said, well, what'd that cost us? I said, well, it didn't cost us anything. I mean, there's a micro transaction fee. But actually, by the time I saw Shannon that evening, she asked me about it. Bitcoin had gone down about 5%. So I'm like, we saved money. That was pretty cool.
So it wasn't that $10,000 pizza or whatever that.
That's like a $7 million pizza.
Yeah.
It's bananas. Yeah, that's why they say a lot of people don't want to spend their crypto because they're worried about that. But I think I think that's a behavioral thing that you'll get over, and you'll probably choose a stable coin. I don't know. I mean, who knows what the behavior will be? But my question is, why don't more retailers enable this? Because, and by the way, I already know the answer. We were out at Brand Innovators at a financial services company a couple months ago, and I'm talking to some of their people, actually their leadership, about, hey, how are you integrating crypto into payments and money transfers? And they're like, well, there's not really a demand for it, So I'm like, well, you think there might be, like, at some point? You're gonna wait until some kind of company out of your, till Uber does it, or I don't know, somebody, right? Yeah. Imagine you're in your Uber and you go, oh man, I gotta transfer funds. You send some funds to your brother in Mexico. Whatever, And so anyway, I wrote an article about it. We'll share it in the links. Yeah. But it just, like, I like, went into Jersey Mike's today, got my Sammy, took my watch, bam, went like that. I'd love for that to be, I can choose if I want to choose Bitcoin or dollars or pesos or.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think that's where it's going to go, right? It's going to, kind of like some sort of like Venmo app that, or Apple Cash that will sync up to your crypto wallets, and it'll just move it around. So whatever you want to pay with, you just tap it, and go on with your bad self.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple of issues. I'm really excited about it. I think that Bitcoin is something every American who wants little government interference in their finances should be excited about. But
sounded very
libertarian.
Very libertarian right there.
But I think that it has to stabilize more before a retailer accepts it, because, like, to your point, that 5% drop, that's a risk that many retailers are going to be very hesitant to jump on board with, especially considering the wild fluctuations. If it takes you, let's say it takes a couple days
to clear
at a corporate level,
yeah.
You buy the stuff and then you got to have somebody transfer it and clear it back to dollars. Depending on then you got to think about when the time that transfer back to dollars, because you could make money, lose money, who knows. But I would love to see that. I did see the congressman has called for a blanket ban of all cryptocurrency.
Yeah, he's fired.
I feel like it's. Go ahead.
Oh, I said he's fired up about that. Yeah, he wants
to ban the internet too.
Yeah, he's gonna ban that internet.
So
I feel like that's not how it works.
I feel like it's relevant to just read a couple of his comments. An awful lot of our international power comes from the fact that the U.S. dollar is the standard unit in international finance and transactions. Clearing through the New York Fed is critical for major oil and other transactions. And I think there is where the opponents come from, is they want everything. They want the Saudi oil money. They want all the oil money to clear through the U.S. Fed. And Bitcoin is a threat to them.
I don't want the U.S. government, the Chinese government,
none of them governments.
None of the governments.
I just want the money that I have to go to the person who has goods that I want.
I love it. If you look at failing economies now, Venezuela, right?
Mm-hmm.
Other just hyperinflation economies. You saw a lot of people early in that process go to Bitcoin. And I get it. China's the same way. They don't really want their citizens moving, the yuan into to Bitcoin. I understand why, but because it's control. But man, I like it because I want my shit over here, and hey, here we go. And I love the fact that in my I use Coinbase, which I know makes me a little old school in crypto people's minds, but I just like it because it's easy and it's safe, and I like it. Comfortable. I can move to U.S. dollars. I can move to euros. I can have whatever I want, right? And so, or other, Mike, you're pretty good with moving in between cryptos.
Yeah. So one good thing with Coinbase is they did kind of catch up with some of the other apps like Abra, where they list like 20 other currencies. So so when I get up in the morning or at lunch, you kind of can see what I have. I have like my favorite 5, and then so I'll just like move. If one's kind of trending upward, then I'll move some of that over there, and then like in the Abra app, your dollar sign just go into green. Like it's like a video game. It just ding 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 ding.
Like a crypto day trader, Mike.
Yeah. Right? But yeah, I was researching. I do have a food truck client, a good friend of mine, Zydeco Bistro. But anyways, he's open to accepting crypto on his truck. We finally have a use for QR codes now, because if I get him set up on Coinbase, then we generate that Bitcoin, maybe Bitcoin, Litecoin QR code, slap that on the side of his truck, and someone with their wallet can just scan that, with the dollar amount. So I think that's where it's going towards there. But I need to check out that other app that you did with the Winklevosses, the Flexa.
Yeah, Flexa. I just downloaded. I'm going to try it because they're paying at at regular POS terminals with Flexa, and and I think to your point, I wonder if I don't know if Moon is taking the the volatility risk out of Amazon. Moon's probably paying Amazon in dollars or whatever, but maybe not. I mean, I'm sure Amazon could hire a couple employees to figure out the hedging and get after it.
If someone's translating it to dollars prior to the transaction, like even at POS, then that does take the risk off of the retailer and really put it back on you, because the transition's happening before it goes into their bank account. That makes sense.
But I imagine smart math people could figure that out and probably make some pretty decent money, as well as the little micro transaction.
Well, can you imagine? I mean, Walmart literally has a small army, a small nation's worth of army of number crunchers sitting in the back, who could totally game the system and turn a 20-cent profit off an item into $1 profit pretty easily.
Just on
trading as cash came in.
Didn't think of that, but that's why not?
I don't see the downside to this
my whole point. My point in my article is the world is going to go this way. Mike, we were talking about Apple Cash, and I think Apple. You had a story that you looked at about their developer conference. Them talking about.
They used a careful word. Let me.
They didn't want to say crypto.
They didn't want to say.
Apple said crypto.
Go crazy. They used a very cryptographic, and they have they have a crypto kit for developers who want to integrate crypto features into their apps.
So Apple Cash, in my way of thinking, is a crypto, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Because I take regular cash and I turn it into Apple Cash, and then I give, it's easy for me. I want to pay you. I text you. Well, I can't you because you don't use the right hardware, but Mike, I could send cash.
Yeah.
Cash, you got.
I'll go buy the phone.
Go get a phone. But it's. I believe its credit card is because I think about my watch. I pay for a lot of things. I pay for my gas at the pump. And BP, thank you BP for integrating that pump. Appreciate that. I pay for my gas at the pump, and I choose. I have a default, which is my credit card, because I get Delta miles, get like 3x Delta miles. So I'll do that. I pay for that. Well, that's crypto, dude. I mean, it's not. Doesn't cost me anything. Cost somebody something.
Right.
But.
Gosh,
but get on it, people.
So I will say I've made 12.7 BAT tokens in the month of May by looking at ads on the Brave browser.
A basic attention token.
I now have 40 something BAT that I have earned from various things.
I'm BAT heavy right now because I'm like Mike. I believe BAT is going to skyrocket because of
so I love it, and I love what crypto opens up for these kind of like little small things that you do that does have value for companies, but they don't the system isn't set up to reward you for your actions until now. And I love so I haven't bought any BAT tokens, but I've got like 40 something, which is not. I don't know, what is that, $16?
BAT is trading for 31.68 cents right now. So
it's not. I mean, it's not like I'm rolling in the cash, but it's not nothing.
You're retiring today.
Right, I can go buy lunch.
So have you guys tipped any other publishers yet? With your BAT?
Yeah, I've got mine set up to tip a certain amount as I browse. That's
what I do.
And I occasionally go to Pints, Forks, and Friends, just so you get a little share of the pie.
Which is amazing, because Casey doesn't drink beer, which is amazing.
Yeah, well, I just want to spread the wealth around with people that I know.
That's some really good content, Mike.
He's a Forks guy, though, so no pints, but Forks.
No pints.
I get Forks and Friends.
Yeah, he's my friend. He's my friend.
Find a near beer.
That's right. Heineken, yeah. I've not had
Mike's throwing punches. Heineken.
So yeah, I tipped NPR News. There's some really big media properties now that are joining.
I've noticed
the Brave community. So
why not?
Yeah,
like get involved. This is my thing with retail. Like, why not? Why not lead instead of
Brave's been getting covered a lot in the news. Like I think it's going to become a really big thing. Like to date, I think Google and everybody else has just totally ignored it as a non-player. But I think it's getting big enough that it's getting definitely in press.
So I turned on one of my friends who's an older gentleman to Brave a couple weeks ago, and I was having coffee with him this morning, and I was talking about Brave. He's like, "Oh, dude, I'm using Brave, and it's changed my life." I'm like, "I know, right? No ads." He says, "No ads."
Where'd they go?
Where'd it go? I don't know. I love my LinkedIn. It's got the little sad face, like where the ad goes. Little sad face right there. And I'm like, not it.
Yep, that's not it.
They still get you in the feed. Somebody will figure out how to slam that feed for.
And I did notice the ads are getting smarter now. In the beginning, most of the ads I was seeing were just like crypto and tokens and stuff like that. But now, like Home Chef and so actually, they're understanding like some of the sites I visit. So I do see the ads starting to grow.
Yeah,
or get a little.
That's probably a function of. I mean, the more press it gets, the more people, because you have to choose Brave as an advertising platform if you're an advertiser. Right? I believe it's not like it's just part of the Google Display Network. So,
nope.
So I think the more,
but that'll get integrated too.
I don't know if Google ever will, but someone will.
Google might not, but
someone will.
You could imagine players getting that.
Yeah.
Surprised Medium's not jumped on that, honestly.
Yeah.
Easier than their paid. I don't know. Their model's goofy.
Their model is goofy.
I mean, I don't.
What's his name who started Medium is goofy though. So
yeah. Yeah, I get it. Notification saying I get my limit.
Was that?
I get on Medium now. It says you've hit your limit of I'm like, what? A limit of viewing stuff?
Oh yeah, I pay my $5. That's like one media I pay for because it's actually the only place that I get random points of view about something that aren't the corporate line. Most of them are whack, but I mean it's good to read whack.
So I canceled the Athletic subscription that I told
you that wasn't gonna last.
I so loved it. I loved it last year, but all the sports teams I follow suck now, and so now like all the beat reporters for the Cavs are still writing about LeBron, and I'm like, what? I go, I don't care about him anymore. Like,
stop talking about LeBron. The miracle is over, right?
Yeah, we talk about Steve Jobs whenever there's an Apple presentation.
Yeah, but Steve Jobs good. LeBron is not. I mean, look at the Lakers.
He got a championship, so I gotta I have a heavy heart for him, but
maybe he'll do a Jobs and come back and like just
blow our minds. I doubt
blow your mind.
Nah. I tell you what, I think the Browns have a 3 or 4 year window where they could win it all. So that the Cleveland.
That's big talk right there. I like that. That's confident.
If I'll tell you what, man, the Browns win it all. Oh my God!
You know what? Baker's a team builder, man.
Yeah.
He gets people fired up around him, and that's what you got to do, man.
I was at that game down in Columbus when he planted the flag in the Block O.
I remember that. You were salty.
I was mad back then, but I told my dad, I'm like, that's the jackass they need to draft in Cleveland, man. Around.
He's legit.
Yeah.
He's legit.
Well, no, we all need something, I guess, to root for.
Well, my baseball team's doing great this year, so
Y'all are leading the division, aren't you?
Oh, yes, we are, as a matter of fact.
I don't know nothing about baseball. I know that. Look at that.
Yeah, our Indians our owners are cheap, and we're not doing too good.
Baseball is an expensive
proposition. As long as we beat the Red Sox, that's about all you can really want out of life, is just to put Boston in their place.
Right.
Especially in sports these days. Somebody needs to take it down a notch.
The whole city is just annoying. Are they winning I haven't kept up with hockey since Canes got knocked out. Are they? What's the story in Stanley Cup?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about hockey.
It's freaking June, man. The Stanley Cup should not be going on. I mean, that's just
ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's hurricane season.
Right.
There's hockey. Come on, man. That's ridiculous.
So yeah. So going back to like crypto, how close do you think we are for retail?
Live on Amazon.
Yeah, I think online retail will take it a lot sooner.
Half of online retail is live. I mean, again, it's clunky. It's going to get better. Walmart's being aggressive about stuff. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go just like overnight. Be like, nah, we're doing crypto or something. I mean, somebody.
I bet Walmart introduces its own token.
Well, Facebook's going to roll a token.
That makes me so nervous. Yeah. I had decided I wasn't going to hate on Facebook on today's show. But,
you can't hold back.
But a Facebook cryptocurrency makes me incredibly nervous.
I have a great solution for you.
Because, I have zero faith that it will be private, which is one of the big things about
Facebook's not private.
No, they're going to track everything you do. They're going to track every little piece of money that moves around the internet.
They're going to make your life better, Casey. Just like Facebook does
not made my life better.
It doesn't make anybody's life better. Facebook sucks.
Amazon has.
But Amazon's not Facebook.
No.
Amazon does make my life better because you and I have a conversation at lunch with a dude. You talk about a book. While I'm sitting there without being rude, order the book. And then the next day, book at my house.
Yeah.
And I've now read the book. So, doesn't get any easier than that.
That's right.
Yeah, Facebook will fuck it up without that. There's no doubt about it. And it'll be evil and dirty. Just.
So with the transition to more private, I don't know, just like the trend that I see is people are tired of all the rapid fire, posts on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And so I think some of these more private like browsers like Brave and some of the up and coming apps what was that one app we joined, like Basement or something, where you can only invite like.
I deleted that this week because none of us used it.
Yeah.
But I like the idea.
Yeah. So
I just don't want to. If I ever become a scroll zombie, will y'all get me? If you see the people, they're at dinner or they're wherever they're doing,
just
and they're
slap it out of your hand.
Scroll.
Yeah.
Scroll zombie. I'm not. Come on, man. Go outside. Get some air. Work out. I don't know.
So another term that I saw since Photify is is an app. So we have decentralized apps now. DApps.
Ooh.
How does that work?
What's a DApp?
A decentralized app. So it'd be built on the blockchain.
Huh?
What's that?
What does that mean?
A decentralized app?
Yeah, I mean, I get.
So there's technically no server, right? So if it's on the blockchain, it conforms to that world.
Oh.
So I've heard Jack Dorsey talk about this concept some as a place he wants to take Twitter.
Yeah.
I think for a service like Twitter, actually makes a lot of sense. And then Twitter proper really becomes more of a curated experience.
So would you just be on different nodes, just depending on what you're into, on the groups you're with, on the community? Like how does that help you?
So it's private, it's secure. Nothing can ever be deleted off of it.
I do like nothing can be deleted.
And so, it ends the conversation about about deplatforming and all of that scandal. Twitter can become a curated spot to look at this thing, this blockchain experience and network. But it can't, and it can choose not to show some pieces of content. But I can go on and see whatever I want to see. I just go through some other access point than Twitter.
Right.
And so I think for that type of like a federated content model, I really love that. I've always felt like Twitter's place in the universe on the internet was as more of like a status backbone of the internet more than it is like a social network. And so I think that's an awesome place for Twitter to go. I don't think it'll work for anyone else really, at least not the way he's talking about it and kind of what I'm excited about. But I think for Twitter, it'll work perfectly.
I kind of like, shameless plug, but kind of like where we're headed in the idea of content communities, not really built on, the individual members, but the collective content that is created by people interested in subjects. Mm-hmm. So you think about some of the big communities we have. Think about Lifetime Fitness. It's a community about fitness, but also it's specialized because it's people who are actually helping people with fitness, and that's a unique viewpoint, right? Mm-hmm. It could be real estate, it could be automobiles, it could be beauty, it could be whatever. But instead of this whole, I don't know, just this whole feed-based kind of model, it's much more. I want to drill down into, I kind of get a little of this in Pinterest.
Yeah.
So I can start drilling in Pinterest, or I can show Pinterest a picture, and it'll show me stuff like that. And so it's a more of a horizontal kind of platform, and don't know where that's going, but I love watching our feed every day just to see the kinds of things that people are creating, and then I want to be able to click into that feed and find more stuff like that, right? And if I want to follow people, I guess I could, but it seems to me to be less about the people and more about the collective collection of content,
which I love, and I love, I think if you think about like a blockchain type of network that is by its nature open source, and we can build on that.
Yeah,
Twitter can build what it wants to build on that. You look at someone like Mastodon, which is I think the only alternative kind of social network, not federated, non.
What's Mastodon built on?
Well, Mastodon is I don't know what it's built on. It's not blockchain, but it's it's based on it's a federation of servers basically, and so it's decentralized by its nature. I mean, they can build on that. Even the what was on the news the other day that Matt was telling us about, that all the conservatives needed to join. One of those, you can build your own network. You can build your own network that's specific on that, but you're still a part of something that's much larger that everyone can kind of build on. I'm bullish on that in general.
Yeah, I think we're at like a transition point for, the web was set up, evolved however it evolved, and the idea that Facebook became a parallel web, and Twitter and whatever, these own communities, I think is going to morph into these kind of ideas, and I can kind of seamlessly flow between those and just stuff that I care about. It's like I do today. I curate news from a bunch of different sources,
Right.
not just one place, right?
Right. Yeah, and Photify app, I mean, the way to me it works is it's almost like a facilitator. Obviously, I can create whatever I want in it, but I mean, as other platforms grow, you guys can update it, right? If there's some new hot platform that comes out, you can say, okay, we're going to be able to share out to that one. That instead of Facebook, we'll share out to Minds or something. I don't know.
I think that's the benefit is we're not the network, right?
Yeah.
You share to whatever network you want. You know, we see a lot of our enterprise customers share. You know, half of their shares are to their personal networks, email and text. So anyway, I got to go to a call.
Yep, I think that's our show for today.
I was late.
Thank y'all for joining. We will see you next time.
Peace out.
All right, see ya.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Okay.